It is a great time to be a TV show watcher right now. If you guys keep up with these shows, I'm sure you're happy. We have Daredevil Born Again releasing on Tuesday nights, and The Boys and Invincible releasing on Wednesdays. In today's video, I wanted to just kind of take a minute here and talk about all three of these shows and what I'm loving so far, what I'm not liking, and just overall give my thoughts to kind of prepare for a final review separately for each one. So this is going to be kind of talking about all three in like a mid-season style review, just giving my thoughts as of right now, because I'm enjoying this. I'm loving this. Having them right next to each other Tuesday and Wednesday has been really fun for me. I love when my shows release like this, and it's a very rare thing. This doesn't happen a lot. So let's just get right into the video. What's going on, you guys? My name is Boogs, and welcome back to the channel. So to kick things off, we have season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, and I'm just gonna say it, I like the direction they're going. We've gotten more action, more fight scenes, better writing, and they're taking some risks. They're doing things that you wouldn't really expect them to do. Now, I'm going to be going into spoilers here, so be warned. There's your warning. 3, 2, 1. They killed Vanessa. Wow, 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 wow. I'm glad they finally have the balls to do it. It took them a while. And we're going to see Kingpin really fucking crash out. So it's going to be an interesting thing to watch. It's definitely going to be exciting. Hopefully it's done well. But I will say the most recent episode they released was borderline awful. They drew out Vanessa's death for a whole episode. They had Kingpin crying with a really bad performance from Vincent D'Onofrio. And it seems to me like they're going in a direction in which Kingpin's going to try to burn New York down. And I wish they saved this most recent episode for something like that, something of substance, instead of, having Vanessa in the hospital after getting, hit by that piece of glass, if you know, and, drawing out her death a whole episode with no action and just flashbacks throughout. It was really boring, and it was really disappointing considering what I was expecting to see after Kingpin loses his beloved Vanessa. So that's my biggest complaint thus far with season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. But I will say I really love the new suit for Matt. I really appreciate that they went with the black and red with the, finally they got the D's on his chest. Very nice stuff there. And we got a one-take fight scene like we saw in the original Daredevil. So I have to give them a praise for that. But even that scene doesn't really come close to the fight scenes you would see in the original 3 seasons of Daredevil. So I'm hoping with the last couple episodes we have left that they can, use their time wisely and wrap this up in a very nice way. Moving on, let's talk about the star of the show for me personally, The Boys. The Boys is so far, in my opinion, been really, really great. This is the only show that I feel like continues to get better every season. I think season 4 was the worst season out of all of them, but the rest got better every season, and this is a major improvement from 4, and so far, in my opinion, a major improvement from 3. Stuff has been happening in every single episode, and they've been doing some crazy risks here that I'm very happy to see. We finally see A-Train get killed. He gets his neck broken. Homelander chases him through the woods in this really menacing way. It was pretty fucking awesome to see that play out the way it did. I just got to give them props for that whole scene. The CGI was a little wonky, but regardless of that fact, it was so well done. I can't give them more props enough for killing A-Train in the fashion that they did. Not only that, but we've also seen Homelander beat the fucking shit out of Ryan, which was pretty disturbing. I'll be honest with you. It was pretty rough seeing Ryan get punched in the face like that by his dad. He's a bit older now. I think it would have been a lot worse if he was still younger, like we see in, season 2 and 3, etc. But I think what they're doing so far and what they're setting up in the show is, I'm just all here for it. Homelander is finally about to go ballistic. He's about to get let off the hook. He's about to get that V1 in his blood and try to make himself immortal and immune to the virus. As well, The writing here, it's clever, it's witty, and it's relevant. I'm really loving, the way they're kind of trying to parallel the real world with the Seven and Vought as a entity. I really love that. Butcher and his team, they really have a good chemistry this season that I feel like was kind of missing in season 4. I really like, the way things are going here. Everyone's tiptoeing around Butcher because of the fucking cancer tentacles he has. And, Butcher is just going off the fucking rails. He is deranged. He is fucking sick in the head. He's borderline turning into Homelander. He kills his fucking dad, I think. We still don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure based on what he said to Ryan that he just offed his fucking dad and put him out of his misery. And I'm really loving that. I'm also loving seeing Homelander go from, he's slowly not giving a fuck what people think. He's starting to believe he might be God. Soulja Boy, said a bunch of fucked up shit to him, pushed him over the edge, and made him cry like a little bitch. And then he saw, I can't remember that woman's name, Maxwell or something like that. I can't remember. But he saw her, she was in like an angel form coming out of heaven. And now we get to see him kind of snap, and he's drinking milk out and about, and he's just fucking losing his shit. I'm loving all of it. Seeing him fucking drink that milk and tell Sage to start having all the pharmacists, search for the V1 and try to make it. And we got to, he knows it exists. There's almost a sign of intellect here because he has no sign to know that it exists, to know that this V1 is out there. Sage is telling him there's none left because obviously Sister Sage does not want Homelander to be immortal here. And he still just knows. He just fucking knows. And I think people forget Homelander is pretty intelligent at times. So I'm loving to see that. See him kind of go from insecure little man baby to being so out of this fucking world with his ego that he really believes he's God and he doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks about him or not. So overall, I'm loving the season 5 of The Boys. I hope they can wrap this up in a solid finale. That's still left to be seen, but like I said, they're going in a really, really great direction, and I'm loving every second of it. Moving on, let's talk about Invincible, man. Holy shit, what a season this show has been. We have had some really, really great moments this season that I just am all here for. We have Mark killing Conquest in that brutal, brutal fashion. It was great just seeing Mark hanging on to his fucking neck and just refusing to let go. It was like, whoo, I was hyped. I was hyped. And not only that, but seeing Omni-Man and Oliver kind of train and get closer with each other while Mark is in a coma from the fight with Conquest. Still recovering after the aftermath of that. That was very well done. We also have, they're setting up this plot line with Eve being pregnant, which I'm like, oh my god, how many fucking, little Marks are we gonna have? We have Oliver. Now we're gonna have maybe a second one who might have Mark's powers mixed with Eve's powers. I don't know how that fucking works. I don't really know what's gonna happen. I didn't even know they could have kids like that. Well, I guess the Viltrumites are compatible with the human beings, but she's a soup too, so I don't really know what's going on there. But guys, let me just get right to the star of the show. The man, the myth, the legend, Thrag, who was previously on Fraud Watch from a lot of people. I wasn't one of them. I knew, it wasn't his time yet. He's immediately off that list. For anyone who was thinking this dude's on Fraud Watch, you're fucking crazy. He has proven himself to be the strongest antagonist that we have ever seen in the show thus far. Nobody could do anything to him, even remotely. Couldn't hurt him, couldn't touch him. He was not at all concerned about any of those people, even Space Racer, who blew up his planet. That bullet went right by him and he didn't even blink. He is so fast, he can apparently kind of airbend, and he's so strong, and we see him. I still love the scene where Thetis is like, your planet is gone, choose your only option is surrender. And Thrag's like, no, I choose death. Like, that was fucking, rips Thetis' head off real quick, and you're like, oh shit, we thought Thetos was strong. It turns out fucking Thrag is like on a whole different level compared to the rest of the Viltrumites. I guess that's why he's the Grand Regent. I've been loving the Viltrumite War. Alan the Alien is the new Grand Regent. I've been loving everything, man. This whole show has been really, really, really great, but this season is spectacular. Omni-Man coming back to Earth, and, you know, people hating him, and him realizing all the damage that he did, and everyone's horrified of him. It's, you know, it was sad, but it was finally the reality check that I think he deserved and needed, you know, to kind of press forward and try to redeem himself further. Overall, guys, Invincible is a straight up banger. I love this show to death. I got all the compendiums. I've been reading through them. So I'm becoming an Invincible fan. I'm getting my badges. I'm getting my stars and stripes. So hopefully, you know, this show continues to keep me a fan. And the comics are, you know, really good so far. So I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, well, without further ado, guys, that's my thoughts on all three of these shows. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. Don't forget to drop some likes down below, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See you.